Here we go! Here we go!
I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Y'all know we're here to talk about what happened earlier today at Fiserv Forum, the house that Giannis built between the Milwaukee Bucks and one of their main ops, the Indiana Pacers. And thankfully, we got a win. I was scared with this game, friends and family. I ain't gonna even, we gonna get into Giannis. We gonna get into everything. But even before we get into that, I don't know if y'all know, but the weather in Wisconsin is crazy. Hopefully power is good and all of that during this live. Everybody stay safe. It's like sleet, ice, all types of stuff going on in Milwaukee right now. And I think across the country as well. So everybody stay safe out there before we even get into this. Safety first. All right, y'all. So we was talking last game about this. Like, if we lost this game, this would really be the bottom of the bottom. So thankfully, we're the best out of the bottom feeders. Before we get into the stats and before we get into this game, Bobby Portis playing well and everything else, and us shooting 50% from three. Friends and family, is it enough now with Giannis? Is it enough now? Have you had enough? Do y'all want to listen now? Or do y'all want to wait till something crazy happens and then y'all want to say something? Is it time now, friends and family, Bucks Nation, channel members, queens of the chat, all the intelligence in this room right now? Is it time for y'all to listen? Is it time for the Bucks organization to listen? Y'all are way too hard-headed for y'all own good. This man keep nicking himself, keep falling awkwardly, and y'all keep throwing him back out there till something happened, and then y'all can't get nothing for him, and it's just all up in smoke. Was it a freak situation? Absolutely. But how many freak situations are you going to allow to happen before something real freaky happens? It's like, dude, What is he playing for? What is the game plan with the Milwaukee? They're not saying anything. And then Doc talks and riddles in these post conferences. I just don't think if we're not going to the playoffs, we're not going to the play-in. Why is Giannis playing? This is our only asset. What are you doing, John Horst? Why are you gambling with this franchise? I'm just really sick of it, friends and family. Let Giannis just sit the rest of the year before something real wild happens, and then we'll all be upset for a team that's not going anywhere. Giannis, sit down. What do you need to sit down? What are you doing out here? We win 2 or 3 extra games with you, then what? So what? You need to rest. Damn. Can anybody get in this man's ear or into management ownership's ear? Sit Giannis down. It is your only asset, Milwaukee Bucks. We are going nowhere this year. Why is he playing? And then if something happens to Giannis, it's just a wrap. It's just a flat line. It's a wrap. Value down the drain. Game ain't the same. They are playing Russian roulette with this man's career, and I'm telling y'all right now, he needs to be shut down. I'm standing on business. I've been dropping shorts for the last 2 weeks saying shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. What more proof do you need to shut it down? This man dunking, falling awkwardly. Everything is just showing you he's not well. Leave that man be. None of these wins are going as more important than Giannis Antetokounmpo's health. He is this franchise. He needs to be protected from himself. Tired of this man with this dude. Every game we on pins and needles. Is he gonna hurt himself? Nobody can enjoy the game under them circumstances. And then after he got hurt, even though we won, it didn't even feel good because you're worried about Giannis. Sit down, bro. And when I mean sit down for the rest of this season. I mean sit down from Greece. I mean sit your butt down until somebody tells you you're 100% healthy. Sit down, period. That's what Giannis needs to do. Sometimes your body keeps telling you, hey, it's enough, bro. We need to regroup. We need to retreat and get our star scream on before they do it forcibly on you. It's time, Giannis. Chill out, bro. It's time to chill. 1, 2, 3 Cancun, bro. Before you get forced to 1, 2, 3 Cancun. You don't want to be forced to lean back, bro. Relax. Shut it down. Doc, shut it down. Horst, shut it down. Ownership, shut it down. It is your only piece on the chessboard. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo, and you want to throw it away. Being goofy. My bad, y'all. I just had to get into that because it's like, what else do we need to see, friends and family, to know that Giannis is not well and to shut it down? Do y'all need something crazy to happen? Multiple calf injuries, falling awkwardly, all gingerly walking, all this. Legs. Sit him down. Sit him down. I'm saying it. I'm emphasizing it. I wanted to use my opening monologue to really emphasize the writing is on the wall. You keep poking the bear, something is going to happen. We need to shut down Giannis Antetokounmpo for the duration of this season and the offseason. Mandatory. Let your body get back together. When you dunking and falling awkwardly, you know you off. He off. Just shut it down, man. Damn. I just don't get why he's even playing. We're not going anywhere. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? All right, y'all, just had to get that off my chest. This is just getting out of hand with this Giannis and playing for nothing. You're not gonna win MVP. You're not gonna be all first team and none of that. No accolades. If you're not playing to win no awards, then why are you playing? Exactly. Shut it down. This is crazy. Shut it down. Let's get into these numbers, y'all, that we going to open up the lines. Let me put the link in the chat here. Shout out everybody and get into this. This man always just, man, Dre, I'm just trying to keep it real, bro. It's enough, Dre. It's enough, bro. It's enough. Let's get into these numbers. So thankfully, the Bucks did get a win at home, 134-123. Albeit against one of the worst teams in the NBA, but a win is a win. It's just good to have a win, especially at home after the fans have been getting mistreated at home with multiple blowouts, 20 points here, 30 points here. So it's nice to be on the other side of a double digit win. So like, let's just be happy there. But as I've always told y'all before we get in the numbers, right? The Bucks' only way of winning currently is to outshoot you. We're not going to stop you. We're not going to do anything like that. We're not going to make any adjustments. As you can see, Andrew Nemhard had a career day against us with 32 points. Once you get cooking, we can't stop you. But what we can do is if we get cooking, we can shoot you out the gym. And that's pretty much what happened. But this game was nip and tuck until the fourth quarter. For once, we had a strong start to the fourth quarter. It was much needed. We got out to that 15-2 run, and we never looked back. And we were able to coast in that fourth quarter. But this was a tight game, nip and tuck, back and forth, even with Giannis, even though it was not as much time. But that first through third, we were still struggling with Giannis. So the same situations remain. But on the positive side, again, we won this game. So Pacers, obviously Aaron Naismith was the MVP for them. He hit 7 threes. You know, if you hit 1 or 2 against the Bucks, you're going to cook. So he hit 7 threes, 32 points, a career high. TJ McConnell only had 9 points. Zubats 10. Jarris Walker had 14. Obi Toppin been back, had 11. Jay Huff 16. But again, the Bucks defense allowed 52%. Doc, if you don't get your behind up out of this out of this organization at the end of the year, we're definitely going to picket. We're definitely picketing. I'm gonna start doing lives from Fiserv Forum because it'd be warm outside until this man gets fired, because this is crazy. We allowed this team to shoot 50% from the field, 50% from three, almost 80% from the line. What helped is they had 18 turnovers. They was turning the ball over like us. That was really the difference in the game. They had 34 assists, 5 steals. Now going to the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo before the injury was in beast mode. 31 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, only 1 turnover. Kyle Kuzma, solid performance, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 turnover. Miles Turner in double figures. You know the Bucks are playing well when Miles Turner's in double figures. You know the Bucks are playing well. Miles Turner and AJ Green in the same game in double figures, that's almost a guaranteed dub. If we see Miles Turner and AJ Green both in double figures, there's an 80% chance we won that game, because both of them don't show up a lot. So if they both show up, we should win. Ryan Rounds with an efficient game. 20 points, 8 of 12, 3 of 5, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. Still has the turnover bug with 3 turnovers, but he did have 3 steals. It was good to see Taurean Prince getting back into the swing of things. Taurean Prince, 22 minutes. 22 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, only 1 turnover. And possibly the MVP. Bobby Portis has been hooping all of 2026. Obviously, I'm only speaking offensively. His defense is a 0. So however good he is on offense is how bad he is on it transitions on defense. But nonetheless, we needed all of this production from Bobby. A big time double-double, 29 points, 11 of 21, 6. Hey, let me say this. This is gonna sound, is Bobby Portis a better 3-point shooter than AJ Green? Chat, do y'all trust Bobby Portis more shooting threes than AJ Green? Let me know in the chat. I want to say yeah. Bobby Portis was hooping though, but shout out to Bobby with the nice double-double, 6-11 from 3. Jericho Sims didn't do much, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Gary Harris randomly got some 20 minutes, got 6 points. And Cam Thomas got a DNP. Hey, Doc clearly don't like Cam Thomas. Why did you let him pick him up if you weren't gonna play him, Doc? You got mad when he scored the 30 points in them consecutive. Like, oh, no, we can't have that, and just benched him. Like, what is going on? Why did you get Cam Thomas not to play him? That man is too electrifying for him not to get consistent playing time. This is crazy. Get Doc out of here. Ridiculous. Shout out to the Bucks. 54% from the field. 23 of 44 from three. 52%. 13 of 19 from the free throw line. 40 rebounds. Tied. So the rebounding was tied, so that's good. 31 assists to 34. Can we get a round of applause? Get the likes up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They had less than 10 turnovers. Less than 10 turnovers for the Bucks is damn near a miracle. That's damn near a miracle. Shout out to the Bucks for that. At least they were protecting the football and doing what they needed to do to try to get this win today. It was tough until the fourth quarter, but hey, when both teams are shooting 50%, and as you can see by the score, 134 to 123, defense was optional in this actual this actual game. But again, the Bucks got to win. It's just like, as a fan base now, with everything we've been going through, from coaching, injuries, I don't care who we beat. It's just good to feel winning again. Y'all know what I'm saying, friends and family, regardless of who it was get. Because I think this would have really been a low point for the Bucks losing to the Pacers today. I really think that would have been bottom of the bottom, in my opinion. But for us to pull it out double figures is a positive. Do I know how many more games we're going to win? No. But I think as a fan base, Bucks Nation, that we just need to enjoy the wins as they come, because the way this is set up is not set up for us to have too many of them. So let's enjoy the wins that we have. We actually get to enjoy this win for 2 days, damn near, today, and we off tomorrow. Then we got another game Tuesday. So let's just embrace having a good win, and hope the best for Giannis Antetokounmpo to stay healthy and shut your big self down. It's enough, brother. You've done enough. We appreciate you. Shut it down, though. But let's just enjoy the wins, friend and family. Like, they're few and far in between. We have an inept organization from top to bottom. This whole organization needs to be undressed and then reappropriated. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Do y'all know that the Pacers are really bad, right? But how bad are we to allow them to shoot 50% from the field and hit 23s? How bad is our perimeter defense? Like, this is crazy. And like I said, okay, let's say this, right? And I'm not trying to, get nobody cans or nothing like that, but it's like, we need to see something. Like, we need to hear somebody. Even if you fire Greg Buckner to start, I would be cool with that, because he's supposed to be the dude. Even though I know it's not your fault, Greg, but the coach said that that's your job on defense, and you not doing your job by the stats. So somebody needs to go just to get some fire underneath some of these people. This is crazy. There's no accountability. The inmates are running the asylum. It's just buck wild over there, the Bucks organization. Who's the leader over there? Who's the leader? It's crazy. Crazy. I just don't get it. And I wonder how many of y'all are thinking in the chat that we should keep Bobby now and not trade Bobby. Is there anybody in the chat that wants to keep Bobby now due to his recent performances? Or are we still all aligned with trying to move on from Bobby in the offseason? Let me know in the comment section. That I really want to know that. I really want to know that. Hold on. Spanish Gatsby in the super chat. Let's see what's going on with Spanish Gatsby. Hold on, bro. Spanish Gatsby, appreciate the $9.99 super chat. I think now we got to think about coaches available. I'm not mad at Jenkins. He was under Bud, and I think he really got fired because of Ja. Also not mad at Quinn from MIA. I just need, hold on 1 second, Span. Let me get your whole comment. I just need annexes and X's and O's guy. I got you, Spanish Gatsby, and X's and O's guy. Facts. And I would prefer a more defensive-minded coach, to keep it real. I would definitely prefer a defensive-minded coach. Let's see when the building get to it. This rain and hail and everything outside sound crazy. Shout out to Mr. 414. Shout out to Dre West. Shout out to Greg Delaney, Mr. Cool, Trina. What's good? Shout out to the queens of the chat, Mia Kim, Kenny Mack, good to see you. Daddy Commander, what's good? Robert Brooks, what's good? Appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in. BKC, what's good? Pickle Luke, I see you. What up, Stacy? Good to have Stacy in the chat. Queens of the chat always in here strong. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tapping in. Janet MLC, as I stated earlier. Queens of the chat in here heavy. Salute to y'all. Let's get to some of these comments. Open up these lines. Let's get to it. Let's get to chopping this one up, y'all. Let me make sure I ain't miss nobody. Jonathan Porter in the building. What up, bro? Appreciate you. Moose, what's good? Tap in if you got time, Moose. ALOL, what's good? Bleacher, what's good? Tap in when you get the chance. Appreciate you. What up, Keith? Salute to Keith. What's good, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. Young City, what's good? Jeff Riley, what's good? All right, let's get it. Oh, my homie. Jimmy Roller in the building. What up, Jimmy? That's my guy right there. Jimmy Roller in the building. What up? Anthony, what up? Shout out to Amtrax. Let's get into these comments. Mr. 414 said you could probably recruit all those second rounders we gave up for a player that will not be named. Salute. 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 I agree. I agree. A lot of people been talking about Mike Malone. I'm going to keep it real. People been messaging me, Instagramming me like they think Mike Malone would be a great fit for the Milwaukee Bucks. And it's coming, I mean, multiple people. From the queens of the chat on the side, respected panel members. Like, so are y'all like Mike Malone like that, huh? I'm not against it. I see what y'all saying. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just in a weird mood where I was like, I don't want none of these coaches that got fired. I wanted somebody that's got fresh legs, fresh tread, new car. But Mike Malone isn't a bad option. Let me say that. All else fails, I don't think Mike Malone is a bad option. I think no matter what, we're on the up. No matter who we get, we could get Winnie the Pooh to be this coach and it'll be better than Doc Rivers. Facts. Facts. Daddy Commander said Bobby is the mayor. You soured me on Bobby. Bobby was my second favorite player behind Giannis until I ran into you. No, bro. I'm not saying don't like Bobby. I'm just saying Bobby don't play no defense, bro. Like, that's crazy. He too old for that not to play no defense. Is crazy. Yo, Robert Brooks said Bobby just played well because he doesn't want to be traded. Once he figured that he's safe from a trade, he turned back into a pumpkin. Yo. Salute, Robert Brooks. Hawks announced his last game, said that Bobby was our Udonis Haslam. Is that a slick jab? I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I'm trying to understand the homie Maurice in the building. What up, Maurice? Keep Bobby? Hell no. Dude is ancient dinosaur from the land that no longer exists. Oh, my God. Maurice be coming in with darts. Shout out Maurice coming in with darts. Kenny Mack was good. He said he heard the Bucks are trying to trade that draft pick for pieces. I'm not doing they better draft they need. So, like, I'll say this. I wouldn't be mad at trading the draft pick depending on who we get because I don't trust Horst or this organization to draft anybody. Again, I would prefer Winnie the Pooh draft somebody for us than anybody that we have currently in this organization because they have no clue how to draft at all. Zero. Like, Probably one of the worst in the league, to keep it real. You see what I'm saying, y'all? You see what I'm saying? The homie Robert Morris and the players got Malone fired. There must be something there. That's what I'm saying. You didn't just get fired by accident. It's different if you was like an M.A. Udoka where you was winning and you got fired for, stuff off the court. That's different. You got fired for stuff on the court. That is concerning. I agree. Understandable, Janet. So then why was he fired? That's what I'm trying to understand. So why did he get fired if it wasn't for poor coaching? Something is there, Janet. It can't, you don't get fired by accident. Something is there, Janet. I just don't know everything. I'm not deep into their organization, but something has to be there for you to get fired. You don't get fired by accident. Okay, you said I'm banking on the draft pool. Okay, all right. Kenny Mack said that Mike Malone don't play young players. My boy Anthony Lacey said, "You think Horst will mess up a top 10 pick? When was the last time the Bucks picked that high?" What was AJ Johnson in the draft? Wasn't he like a top 13 pick somewhere in there? Where was AJ Johnson? I don't remember, y'all. Let me know, but I thought he was fairly high pick. Stacy done kicked it off. Stacy done kicked it off. That is a very interesting perspective. Again, shot man. Hey, Queens of the Chat's no joke. Queens of the Chat, no joke. They be on their game. On their game. So let's bring that to the table, friends and family. Is the problem the drafting or is it the development? I feel like that's a valid question. Stacy, awesome question. Oh, he was down low. Oh, he was a late pick too? Okay. I felt like he was higher. Good looking. Appreciate you, Jeff and Bleacher. Mr. Cole, the living legend, said Malone was fired because he was an ongoing public feuds with the game. They publicly hated each other. Oh, with Ja. Is it with Ja? Or with the GM? With the GM. Okay. Public feuds with the GM. Okay. So it was nothing to do. Okay, so let me get this straight. Mr. Cole, Janet, all the Mike Malone people. So Mike Malone wasn't fired because of the players. He was fired because he didn't get along with the GM, or was it because of John Morant? That's what I'm trying to understand. Agree, Maurice. That was a great question by Stacy. Okay, so we're saying it's not the players, it's development. Are we saying it's completely development? BKC agree. I think that's a very valid point to bring up. 100%. I think that's super valid. Because you don't know what a player is if they don't have any type of development. So I feel like that's super legit. That's super legit. I agree. I don't know why I understand, like, you do need to develop some players, but some of these players have to have a high upside as well. But I'll say this, well, to Stacy's point, a player like Andre Jackson Jr. should have been developed. He has too many intangibles and too many things that he can do for you not to utilize it properly. Even if he was just a defender and a hustler, like you were using him like a Bruce Brown or something, there's no way someone with his athleticism and his motor can't find minutes. It just doesn't make sense. Especially when this is a person that was playing minutes, playing good defense, and impacting the game. If it wasn't from hustle, defense, running the break, all those little hustle plays that we used to get for Pat Connaughton when he was a young man, we were getting those from Andre Jackson Jr. I don't know how you don't develop or find time for a player that hustles like that. And then I'll know people be in the chat like, oh, he can't shoot. How can he feel confident shooting when anytime he's in the game, he gets yanked for anything? How can you feel confident in yourself when you feel that anytime you make a little mistake that you're going to get yanked? I don't see how you can feel comfortable. I don't think any of these players feel comfortable like that under Doc. Because he'll just yank you for anything. So y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. But I just... Horst did not draft Thon Maker. But y'all know, to be honest, Thon Maker, a lot of people would have drafted Thon Maker. A lot of people. And again, how do we know Thon Maker couldn't... Again, we can start to look back at all these draft picks recently and just say maybe a lot of it was development. What if we had a better development for Dante DiVincenzo? What if we had better development for Chris Livingston? What if we had better development for Marjon Beauchamp? What if we had a system to institute? Would those players have been better? Would those players still be on this roster? These are all questions we need to think about. Ajax not playing times when we have a rebound and a defensive problem is why Doc does no sugar. That I agree. Ajax is, especially when somebody was going off like Aaron Naismith after that first quarter, I would have put Andre Jackson Jr. in for at least 5 minutes just to throw him off his game. But Doc has the IQ of a tadpole, so he can't figure that out. Common sense should figure it out, but you know, like my like the old folks say, common sense ain't common no more. To confirm his development, ask yourself which drafted player or signed player has shown improvement in their game. They've all regressed or stayed the same. Facts. Facts. Facts, Maurice. Facts. Okay, so y'all saying Malone had beef with a lot of people? Okay. I guess. If that's the case and he's beefing with people all the time, why would y'all want that to be y'all coach? See, Anthony Lacey, never underestimate an idiot, bro. They can be creative in how they do something stupid. Just say we hope we draft well. They'll say he can't mess this up because we can mess it up. 100%. Horse, we can mess it up. That's a fact, Kenny. Matt Brogdon was our best pick, and he won Rookie of the Year with us. He was NBA ready. That's fair. See, now I would agree with that. Brogdon, he was doing this thing, but I think, as you said, he was NBA ready when he came in. He was already polished. In my opinion, I thought when Brogdon came in, he already looked polished with his game. He understood the pace, everything already. It was unfortunate that he just didn't like Milwaukee like that. That's the only reason that Brogdon left. He just didn't like Milwaukee. And then he been bouncing around ever since. So that's probably why you should have stayed yourself in the mill. We had love for you. You tried to kick our back in on the way out. And now the NBA kicking your back in. Just saying. Just saying. The players did sabotage Adrian Griffin, and we know it's the older players that couldn't move and who sabotaged Adrian Griffin, Mr. Cool, 100%. Jeff, you're saying Marjon Beauchamp wasn't developing even before Doc came? That's my point. We don't have it. Development starts within the organization. It shouldn't matter who the coach is. The organization should have a program. Look at the Miami Heat. Yes, they got Spoelstra as a coach, but the ringleader is the GM, and he's making the moves and making the calls, and he's creating the culture. I don't think Marjon Beauchamp with this team was never going to develop. We don't develop anybody. Before Doc, after Doc, we have to find a way to make players better, bro. Like that. That is a problem within this organization. It's been like, you telling me one player since Giannis has been on this team that we drafted that did a little something. How crazy is that? Man has been in the league 13 years. We got one draft pick? One? Come on, man. That's an organizational issue. That's not a player issue. It's organizational. I'll say this. I bet you if you put Beauchamp on Miami, they figure something out with him. You put Andre Jackson Jr. on OKC, they would figure something out, turn him into some type of defensive stopper, a younger Caruso or something. They would figure something out. That's what good organizations do. They maximize their talent and take advantage of all their everything they're good at, and then hide their deficiencies. That's what a good organization does. We don't do any of that. Our organization is built on Darwinism, survival of the fittest. If you can make it, cool. If not, you don't. Hey, we'll just ship you out and start over again. Put a quarterback in the machine and start over again. For real, that's really what it is. Bro, thank you, Anthony. Look at this. Bucks draft picks under John Hoare. DJ Wilson, he looked terrible in college. I could not believe we drafted DJ Wilson. That was crazy. Sterling Brown, scrub. Like, that's crazy. Look at these picks. Shout out to Anthony Lacey. Look at these picks. Come on, man. And we can't say it's because of where we drafted, because other teams are drafting players low as we are and developing them. So it's definitely a problem, I feel like, within the organization, period. That's just how I feel about it. I think this is an organizational issue. Mr. Cool, I knew you was going to come with the late picks. I feel you. But even with other teams, they've gotten late picks and gotten something out of them. And let's just say we understand the late picks, a lot of a majority of them don't pan out, but none panned out for the Bucks, Mr. Cole. How do none work? Some have to work. Something has to hit. How do none hit? So we automatically say, so what you're saying is, if we're drafting low, automatically they should be scrubbed. They shouldn't be able to make it in the NBA. Like, I don't feel that to be true. I feel like there's every draft, there's people that get drafted lower or out of the lottery and do something. Why can't we be one of those teams with one of those stories? Because we don't have an eye for talent. We don't have an eye for talent. Our scouting program is terrible. Anybody that has any name associated with coach development with Bucks, terrible. Terrible. All these players we drafted, we didn't get nothing out of none of them. It just is what it is. Kenny Mack saying Ajax gonna be a start. That's the thing, though. I feel what you're saying if you're looking at his skill, but you got to understand this. This is how could he feel any confidence going anywhere, doing anything after he's been demoralized and spat in his face on this team? He not gonna just come out and just start hooping somewhere. That ain't how it works. You have to build his confidence is shattered. He's a bench warmer. He talked at Thanasis all day when he was once a starter. How do you think that's going to affect his psyche? How do you think Cam Thomas is affected? He watching Bobby miss defensive assignments, AJ Green missing assignments, and he do one thing wrong and he get a DNP. This organization is ruining players before they even become something. They sap their confidence before they can even become something. That's why we need organizational changes. You're sapping and regressing players when they're so young, and it's going to be so hard to fix or repair them because of the PTSD from Doc. I low-key think Doc should just get some of the money back. Oh, the homie Marvin in the chat. What up, Marvin? Right. I feel you, Marvin, about saying what you're saying here. But the thing is that with the defense, look at the players that we had on defense. None of them liked to move. We had players that just wanted to play drop. They were defiant of playing Adrian Griffin's true defensive scheme. They didn't want to move. All them old players didn't want to move, so we don't know how good or bad Adrian Griffin's defense was because the team never bought in. If your team doesn't buy into what you're talking about, there's no way you can succeed. And that's what hurt Adrian Griffin. They never bought in to what he was selling. That's what hurt them. Shout out to Marvin. Okay, chest ready. Y'all are very confident in this draft. I'm trying to be, but I just have seen what this organization has done in the past, and it's just hard to have faith, y'all. I'm trying to. I think if I see some changes in the offseason, we'll see. Damn, man, why are these people always coming in from Twitch trying to sell something? What's wrong with y'all? It's crazy. My bad, y'all. Let me ban a couple of these little rogue accounts in here. Hold on. Ridiculous. Hey, chest ready. You say Giannis don't play to his strengths anymore. What you mean by that? I think Giannis does what he usually does. I don't think his game has changed or anything like that. Let me know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. It's not where you get drafted. Sometimes you can find diamonds in the rough. It's making excuses for lack of developing players, period. It's just making excuses because we can't develop. Like, it'd be different if we had a couple of hits during this tenure. We haven't had one hit. At some point, if things continue to fail, the problem isn't them, it's you. It's you, John Horst. It's you, Doc. Don't y'all get it? Y'all are the problem. Man, when y'all wake up in the morning, Doc and John Horst, and look at y'allself in the mirror, y'all both should spit. Let me repeat myself. Doc and Horst, when y'all wake up and y'all look at y'allself in the mirror, both of y'all should spit. You both should spit. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I feel you, Packers fan 414. This draft is loaded. But again, when his horse showed you he can come through in the draft, you can't tell me something is going to happen when there's no history to it. The history shows this man is a damn fool in the draft. That's what it shows. We don't have one hit under this man. How can you keep producing records if you're not making hits? We hired you to make hits. You're not making any hits. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Tired of this. Wow. We did, true, Mr. Cool, but again, he was a late pick that ended up turning into a borderline Hall of Famer, though, Mr. Cool. I'm going to put this on the screen, and I'm going to look in the chat immediately after I post this. Marcus Montgomery, Giannis is no longer elite in my opinion. Chat, what is your retort? That is a hell of a comment. So, Marcus Montgomery, are you saying Giannis is out of his prime? That's what I want to know. Is he out of his prime? That was a hell of a comment. You know what, Lavelle? Do we fight to get swept again in the playoffs, or do we just recover for next season? I'm never going to tell a team not to make the playoff, but even if we're trying, can we even do it? Like, is that even reasonable with this team? Giannis is hurt again, bro. Like, this team is all dysfunction. The team is completely dysfunctional. I mean, like, nobody's going to not want to go to the playoffs. It's still an achievement to get to the playoffs, but, like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Kenny Mack, we see, John Hammond traded. We got it. We're just saying that late picks can turn into something. Agreed. They should have let him go to Detroit. I was one of the people saying that, no, we need to let him fix what he broke, but now looking back, we should have let him go. We had a chance to get out scot-free and start over. And we doubled down, and now we're here. We doubled down, and now we're here. It just is what it is. Hey, Marcus Grubby said it's hard to make hits when you trade 4 first and second rounds for Drew and Crowder. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. But again, Horst is the person that is initiating and signing off on those trades, so he still needs to be held accountable. Nobody was asking for 5 or second round picks for Jay Crowder. You offered that because you didn't think it meant nothing. And now you see it means a whole damn lot. That's why. That's the problem with Horst. He was giving away picks like penny candy or like Taco Tuesdays on Oprah. Let everybody get a pick. Hey, we just want so-and-so. Oh, just take a pick too. Take a pick with you. Take a pick with you. No worries. Hey, we got picks in doggy bags when you leave. Go ahead, take a pick. What you want, second, first? Oh, here you go. Go ahead. You sure you don't want it? It's all good. We got Giannis. Don't even worry about it. We got Giannis. We don't need them draft picks. We just need the player. Take as many picks as you want. Now we in this predicament. Now we're in this predicament. Because we were mad. This is why, Jeff. We were mad because it's like, how do you tear this up and then just get to leave? That was the problem, Jeff. It was like you came in, you tore up the room, and then you just left. Like, you didn't clean up. You didn't do nothing. You just left it messy. That's why. And it was just a lot of anger at the time, Jeff Riley. And I feel you. I do remember that. I do want to give you your kudos on that. You did want him gone immediately. It was just a lot of frustration amongst the fan base. Like, we just didn't feel it was fair. We felt like he was getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how we felt. We felt like T-Rex. Like, he got away with it, but he didn't get away with it. You know what I'm saying? To all my battle rap fans, y'all know what that quotable's from. But that's why. But if we were thinking like a little less emotion out of it, yeah, we should have let him go. We should have cut our losses. That I agree. That was a bad decision. And then to re-sign him to double down was crazy. My boy No Style said Bucks messed up letting Jabari Parker go. He was Giannis' only real competition on the team. I don't know if you've seen the recent photo of Jabari Parker's knee. That's not an NBA knee, bro. I don't know if you've seen his knee. When they were showing it a couple days ago, his knee looked like balled up paper, bro. He was no longer NBA, man. He tore his ACL twice and all. You can't be in the NBA after that, bro. You lose too much. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's just a wrap. Like, I love Jabari Parker. I'll say this. If Jabari Parker had 2 good ACLs, he would have never left. He'd have never left. I don't know if people remember, Jabari Parker before them injuries was a real problem. He was a real problem. Like him, Giannis, and Middleton, they were on there. We were going to win a championship. I'm telling y'all right now. If we would have, let's just take Drew out of the equation. Those 3 healthy was a problem, and they were starting to mesh together. They was all scoring 20 apiece. Like, you could see the growth of a young big 3 coming of age, and we were robbed of that, and we had to pivot because of the injuries. Because of the injuries, it was very unfortunate. Jabari Parker was him. Y'all better go YouTube Jabari Parker Bucks highlights. He was yamming on everything. Had the jumper. Like, man, Jabari was the truth. Jabari was the truth. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. 414. Prime Jabari was a problem. He was a problem. It's just unfortunate that his knees couldn't hold up. You know what? I don't even know what he's even going through to play right now. With your knee looking like that, you have to be in pain every day. Like, kind of, with that type of knee. And to still play, he got a lot of heart. I respect Jabari Parker for not quitting and going over to Europe, winning championships and MVPs or whatever he's trying to do over there, just to continue playing because he has that much love for the game. But he no longer possesses the athleticism or the skill in the NBA. Same with THT. He over there killing in Europe, but you can't do that over here. You can stay over there and do that, but he can't come back here and do that. That's the difference. It's just 2 different games. 2 different games. I know y'all seeing the highlights over there and thinking, oh, he can come back, but that's over there. That's not here. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Yeah, people forget about dude. He was the truth. He was the truth. Crypto Parker was good. Y'all hating on Horace? No, sir. We're telling the truth. He's coming. We're telling the truth. He's come in clutch as far as non-draft situations, picking up people like getting Drew, the Dame finesse, things like that. He has getting Kevin Porter Jr., finding Ryan Rollins, but his drafting is awful. So if I'm saying that Horace can't draft, am I hating or am I just telling the truth? Crypto Parker, is that hate or truth? Because there's a lot of confusion with this new generation, what hate is and what the truth. I feel like telling the truth is hate now. Is that the way it works? So when you tell the truth, you're a hater. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page so I know when y'all saying stuff, what it really means. Because back in my time, telling the truth is just telling the truth. But nowadays, when you tell the truth, you hating. So I just want to make sure. Like, I don't know if that's like when I was younger, when he used to say, oh, man, that was bad. And bad was good. But good was still good. But bad was still good, too. I don't know if it's something like that, but you can explain to me in the chat. Let me know, bro. Let me know. I would take Winnie the Pooh over John Horse. I take Winnie the Pooh with Garfield. They could tag team. One could be coach, one could be GM, and they be better than Horse than Doc together. I trust Garfield more than I trust them two. Period. There we go. There we go, Mr. Cool. There we go. Mr. Cool gang. Right. Doc traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Facts. Facts. For a whole, threw away a whole bunch of draft picks and got back PG-13, who did nothing. Yeah, Giannis did have 31 and 14, but he hurt himself again. Giannis is constantly hurting himself, Lavelle. That's why we saying to shut it down. The numbers are cool, but at what cost? At what cost is it him putting up these numbers when we don't look like we're going nowhere, bro? The like I be saying in my meetings all the time, hey, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. The juice isn't worth the squeeze for him to play, bro. It's just not worth it. It's really not. But that's the thing, though. I see y'all in the chat saying Giannis is ball dominant. What superstar in today's NBA isn't ball dominant? Luka is ball dominant. All the good players are ball dominant. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, ball dominant. All the good players are ball dominant. Some can kind of not necessarily be ball dominant, but like a Jokic. Jokic, I feel, kind of shares responsibilities with Jamal Murray, but in the half court, the offense runs through Jokic. I will say that. In the half court, like the offense runs through Jokic. Doc destroys everything. Doc just needs to go, bro. He's hurting these young players, fam. He's hurting these young players. The sooner we get rid of Doc, the better. But this continuing to play Giannis is insane to me, y'all. It ain't under no circumstances is this okay. Now, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all still think we have a chance, like, realistically, to get to the play-in? Because if we can, then I could understand if you want to risk Giannis to try to get to the playoffs. But I just don't feel, like I said, I just don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. Oh! What kind of system works best for GA's skill set? The system that allows him to have the ball all the time. That's the best system. He wants the ball all the time. He wants to be the pseudo point guard and kind of have people around him. That's what Giannis wants. He could go to the block, but he's not really on that. He wants to be the point forward. So unless he can buy into a different system or a different mindset, it's going to be where he's the point forward. He doesn't like playing off the ball at all. You can tell already. So I don't know if that's even reasonable anymore. Like, I know we were talking about, hey, look, I see you, Jonathan Porter, the triangle and all that. In order for the triangle to work, everyone has to buy in. For any system to work, they have to buy in. What makes you think after 13 years that Giannis, now I'm seeing and watching, that Giannis is going to buy in to playing off the ball? Because what he would say is, I'm putting up triple doubles. I'm giving you 30 and 10 and 8. I can give you all of that as a point guard. Why not let me run point? Even though we know that the passing is okay, but it's not high level. The IQ is a little lower. But nonetheless, this is who we got. So the system would have to be built around him being the point forward. It'd have to be something similar to what has been run for LeBron James in the past. It'd have to be something like that. Because they're very similar. They're power players. Neither can shoot free throws. Neither can shoot jumpers. They're very similar. So whatever system that you would institute for like a LeBron James, you would have to. It's the same system that you would have to institute for Giannis. So whatever that is, that's what I would pattern it after. I would copy is however you run an offense for LeBron James. Because I think that's the only thing that could work for Giannis. I don't know if Giannis is capable of playing any other way. I just don't see it. Jazz, 0.1%. Come on, bro. 0.1%. I believe so, Mr. Cool. Doc was the GM and the coach. I'm almost 100% positive on that. I'm almost 100%. Janet in her bag today. Oh, the queens of the chat. Hey, queens of the chat all day. Shout out to Janet. Shout out, let me put this up. No other team will be pimped by Giannis like the front office of the Bucks. That's why he won't leave, all caps. That's a point. That's definitely a fair point. Friends and family, can we please get the likes up? Come on, y'all. Let other people find the most electrifying Bucks content on YouTube, the best community on YouTube. Come on, we grind to win, lose, or draw. We don't make no excuses. We step up. We outside, win, lose, or draw. Come on, y'all. Get them likes up. Appreciate it. Yeah, Janet telling the truth. Yep, Luka, hard, Giannis won't win with that style of play. MJ even had to change his game. Why can't GA? Because GA already won a championship his way. That's the difference. I can understand what you said about Luka and Harden, but the difference is Giannis got hardware. That's the caveat here. Because if you tell Giannis, like, hey, we want you to play off the ball, he going to be like, hey, look at that. And is he wrong? As soon as they start talking, he going to be like, hey, y'all see that up there? How do we win that? Playing my way. That's the problem. It's hard to tell somebody to change when the way that they were playing actually worked. Even if it was some year. Look at Doc. Doc get a pass for something that happened 20 years ago. You can't talk crazy to him. You think Giannis gonna let you tell him something that just happened a couple years ago that now it ain't gonna work no more? I can't see it. I can't see it. That's why whatever coach that comes into this organization is gonna have to be very unique and be able to think outside the box in order to put this together. Because you're pretty much it's almost gonna be like, you know what it'll be like, kinda is what I guess they're gonna try to do, what they try to do already, but it wasn't effective. We're gonna need more height and length and athleticism, but there's Giannis with shooters. That's what he wants to do. Giannis wants to be with shooters. He wants to penetrate and then try to do these, he thinks it's cool, no-look passes. That's what he wants to do. But he just wants people around the perimeter where he can just penetrate and kick out. That's all he wants to do. Penetrate, kick out. Penetrate, kick out. And until he gets the right coach in here to maybe can get him to see another way, like y'all said, Michael Jordan needed to see another way. But the thing is, Michael Jordan was receptive because he hadn't won yet, and he was ready to win, so he knew he had to think outside the box. Giannis already won, so what can you tell somebody that already won? That's the real push in this situation. Yes, we feel Giannis should adapt. Yes, we feel Giannis should do this and that, but does Giannis feel that way? Why would he feel that way if his way just worked? His way got him 2 MVPs, 2 Defensive Players of the Year, and a chip, and a Finals MVP. It's hard to change your mind. Now, if we never won all that, then it would be different. Then I think he would be receptive. So like I said, we're going to need a very unique coach to come in here, and we're really going to have to take a look at our assortment of players that we can get the best fit around Giannis and what he's trying to do. And maybe that's what we got to do. Maybe we just say, hey, Giannis, what do you need? Do you feel you need to be effective? And then talk to the coach, and then they powwow and figure something out, and then go acquire those players. There needs to be a real plan this time. We don't have that much time with Giannis still being effective as he is. You already seeing the body breaking down. Every couple games he hurt with this and that. So we don't have like a lot of time. We don't got 8 years left. We got 2, 3, maybe 4 max. So we need to figure out a system that's going to take less wear and tear on Giannis's body, but make him more effective. And the way you could do that, but he too hard-headed, is if he would let somebody bring up the ball and then he works from the from like the free throw line to initiate the offense similar to Jokic. That's actually what he should be trying to do, is mimic Jokic. That's exactly, Jokic ain't trying to run point like that. He let Jamal bring it up, and then once they're in the half court, he take over. And that like mid post or whatever you want to call it. Giannis should be trying to do that. But again, we'll see. What up, Mr. Washington? Appreciate you tapping in, homie. What up, Scales? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. And I feel you, Stacy. You're not wrong for saying that, Stacy. I feel you, but the fact still remains. That's still very fresh in his head. That's still extremely fresh. It's going to be, and he Nigerian too. Hey, well, you don't know about hard-headed until you meet a Nigerian. You don't know nothing about hard-headed. I'm telling you. Like, he ain't changing no time soon, Stacy. I was trying to think of it in a diplomatic way, but I have to go back and look at how it really is. He's not changing his game. He's not changing. I agree, Scales. He's definitely top 5. But again, you have to build around him. He's not going to adjust his game, Scales, is what I'm saying. That's why whatever the next coach is, him and Giannis need to have a real conversation before the Bucks start giving out contracts or renegotiate to see what the real plan is. There needs to be a plan. We need a racy model for this. Somebody need to get a racy model for this. We need Jira, something, so we can go in and have a roadmap, a plan, something. Because we can't go into next year just bringing people in willy-nilly and just hoping it works out. We need to get the right players for the right system for whatever that system is going to be. And it's going to have to be centered around Giannis being point forward. We got to let that go. Giannis he might let you bring it up a couple times, but Giannis wants to be the playmaker. Giannis wants to be the playmaker. So we got to figure out what works around that. I don't see any other way. Nah, he definitely not changing. He too old to set in his way. That's what I'm saying, Scales. I'm not being disrespectful by saying that, Scales. That's just the truth, bro. Giannis ain't about to change after 13 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. You get when you stuck in your ways. Hey, hey, Scales, I still call Capitol Court. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm stuck in my ways. It might be Midtown or something. I'm going to say Capitol Court because that's where I know it from. You know what I'm saying? It's just once you get a certain age, you get stuck in your ways. And if that's going to be the case, then we need to just adjust to him. I don't see any other way. If he's not going, what up, Trina? If he's not gonna change and he's our superstar, our everything, then we have to adjust to him and just see what happens. That's it. I don't see any workaround, y'all. Yeah, that might be it. Dogs and shooters. That might be it. We just have to adjust to what he wants. We need to figure out what Giannis wants, and then whatever that is, to make him the most effective at doing that and build a system around that. You get what I'm saying? Like, the triangle is built for having an elite scorer within the triangle. That's what makes it dynamic. It gives an elite scorer a system, something he can rely on to get to his spots, to keep cooking. That's why the triangle worked. It was built for a player like Mike, which is why it worked for Kobe, because Kobe is a tracing of Mike. Not Mike in his totality, like Mike's second three-peat, not Mike first three-peat. Kobe is not Mike first three-peat. He's Kobe, Mike's second three-peat. Nobody is Mike first three-peat. He was out of here. Nobody was Mike first three-peat, but nonetheless. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Will a hard head make for a soft behind? Giannis might have to prepare for the rest of his career. Damn! Can I ask y'all, the queens of the chat, y'all want smoke today, don't y'all? Y'all want smoke. Wow. Y'all are on people. Helmet, salute. You already know what type of time I'm on, Scales. You already know. You felt that one. You felt that one. Salute. Yeah, I didn't know. You know what, Jazz? I didn't know Charles Lee was legit as he is. Charles Lee is a legit coach, clearly. He's clearly developing them young guys. Like I said, I didn't know Charles Lee had that in him. I just thought he was riding the coattails of somebody, but clearly he's a solid coach. Clearly solid. And the worst case scenario, yeah, right. Do it to one playing for stats. Correct. Out of here, bro. First three-peat was like the GOAT for real. Right. That's what people don't understand. We could get into that in another pod, but yeah. Mike with the head. No. Mike Jordan 1 through 8. Nah. Y'all nah. Nah. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Video game. Yeah, we did let a good one get away, but it is what it is. We just got to keep pushing forward. Ooh, look at this, y'all. That's why I love this chat, y'all. Y'all come in with nothing but facts and receipts and leave the emotions at the door. Giannis has missed at least 20 games a season for the past 5 years. Wow. Can someone back up that comment? Shout out to you, Marcus Montgomery. That seemed crazy. Is that true? Jeff Riley, where are you at? Hey, can you confirm that information, Jeff Riley? That look about right. Jay Lewis, the homie, what's good? What up to my brothers and sisters? Great AM Logic. Get them likes up. I'm rolling. Facts. Get the likes up, friends and family. Appreciate you. That's a fact, too. The triangle worked because everyone got to touch the ball and made them feel a part of the action. That's another good point. Facts. Very true. Very good point. Very good point. Yeah, he's slick. He definitely slick. He's definitely slick. I'm not against. Like I said, I would love a new voice. Maybe someone that doesn't have any current NBA. ESPN Jeff. I see you, Trina. Jeff, we need you to document. Has Giannis missed 20 games minimum the last 5 years? I need facts. Someone fact check that. That sounds crazy. Doc, the head coach, but at the start of the second half, they interviewing the assistant coaches, asking them what adjustments have to be made. That's diabolical. Oh, I didn't even see that. Did that really happen? That's crazy. That's crazy. Shout out to Jeff. Facts. Facts, Janet. Jeff Raleigh's a Bucks boardroom meeting. Facts. Shout out to Jeff. Isaiah Williams was good. Giannis too big to be trying to play like Iverson, bro. He modeled his game somewhat after Iverson. Play make his skills so he think he's supposed to stay on the ball. But he's never been taught any other way, though. You know what I'm saying? He don't know no other way. He just don't know. I think it's like, let me say this, like if Phil Jackson came back and coached the Bucks, he would fall in the line there because of the cachet that Phil Jackson has. Or if we had a coach with the ilk of the Spurs coach, or like a Ime Udoka or somebody like that, or like a Popovich, my bad, just saying the Spurs, but like a Greg Popovich, I think that he would maybe fall in line there because of the championship pedigree. And I think that's actually, what up, Pronte? I think that's actually what the Bucks were trying to do with Doc. They just didn't know Doc didn't have a game plan. That's where they messed up. I know what the Bucks were doing. Let's be real, y'all. The Bucks hired Doc Rivers in order for his championship cachet to have effect in the locker room so he would get the respect that Adrian Griffin didn't have. But the problem was they didn't know he really didn't know how to coach. That's what the Bucks didn't know. They didn't know he actually couldn't coach. He can talk to you, make it sound slick. You know what I'm saying? But he actually didn't know understand the nuances of the game, the X's and O's, and actually how things work. You know what I'm saying? And I think he finessed us. There should be a 30 for 30 on Doc Rivers finessing the Milwaukee Bucks. Like 5 years from now, definitely should be a 30 for 30 on Doc. Pronte, we not doing that, bro. MJ changed his game, bro, once that triangle came, bro. The points dropped, assists went up. Like, no. He changed his game, bro. Was he still aggressive? Yes. But he wasn't going for 40 every night. He dropped his average to a somewhat human level of around 30, and Pippen averages went up. Cool coach averages went up. No, we not doing that, bro. No, MJ changed his game, bro. He adjusted. He definitely adjusted. Damn. Y'all are what? Giannis has missed 11 playoff games in the last 5 seasons? Woo! Is it that many? But he missed quite a few in one series, though. What we're trying to say is Giannis is nicked up right now. Giannis needs to figure out that he needs to chill. Somebody needs to tell him your body needs to heal. You can't just keep pushing and pushing. That's why all these injuries pop up. Giannis, we got less than 20 games left. What are you about to do, bro? Shut it down. You got every stat in Bucks history. What are you trying to do, bro? Just chill out, bro. Kick back, relax. You know what I'm saying? Until next season. I just don't get what he's trying to do. Pronte, come on, man. Come on. I'm not saying MJ wasn't MJ. MJ adjusted his game in a triangle, bro. We're not going to do that. Even he'll tell you that. He'll tell you that. Kobe had to play. He played different in that triangle, bro. Come on, man. The triangle brought structure. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, they played the same, but they had structure. The triangle created structure for them superstars. Pronte, you got it, bro. You ain't gonna even try to. You ain't gonna even try. I'm not talking about his shots, the quality of shots, and within the system. Other people are touching the ball. Other people are scoring. It wasn't just him 40 a night unless it was going left, is all I'm saying. Jeff Riley said NBA rules: a player can only miss 15 regular season games, 16 games or more, no award nod. Then what's the point of him playing if he can't win no awards? That's my point. What are we doing? I don't get it. In reality, I'm being honest. I just don't get it, y'all. I think that's crazy. And that's the thing. There's no structure on this team. Hey, Pronte, I bet you Giannis, even though Giannis, he would look better. He would look better in the triangle. I bet you he would look better in the triangle. He definitely would look better in the triangle. I agree. He can still take a basketball shape. He can, do pickups and with his. How about this? He shut it down and wait till we get our new team assembled and then get back into shape with his actual teammates. How about that? No grease, no traveling, nothing. You stay here until you're medically cleared that you're 100% healthy. Once you're 100% healthy, you immediately start working out with your team, the Milwaukee Bucks, in the offseason. No Europe, no nothing. You stay here and get active with this team. Period. And you sign that contract. Woo! Janet said, is Giannis playing for personal awards or for a championship? Woo! I would hope for a championship. I think, Trina, this injury, I think this scare, hopefully will be enough for the Bucks to shut it down because I've seen enough. Mr. 414, bro, we are aligned. We are aligned, bro. We on the same page. We in the same lane. But clearly there's a disconnect between the lane that we in and the lane that the Bucks are in. The Bucks are almost, I don't know what they going for broke. They putting all their chips in the table on some foolishness. Oh, my man. Hey, when I tell y'all this is the most knowledgeable chat on YouTube, I'm not playing games. That is not glazing. That is just telling the truth. And this is a prime example of why you come here for the best Bucks knowledge. Shout out to Robert Brooks. We asked for the numbers. Here come the numbers. 2019, 20, 18 games. 2020, 21, 21. 2022, 15. 23, 18. 23, 24, 9. 24, 25, 15. 24, 25 was 47 games. We got to let this man chill, y'all. Appreciate that information, Robert. Salute to you. Salute to the channel members. Everybody is saying it. Hey, Giannis, I know your people be watching this pod. I know it. I know some of the Bucks organization watch this pod. Don't be playing, y'all. I know y'all watch this for 100% fact. Stop playing. Sit that man down. One of y'all got to step up and be a man and say what needs to be said. before something happens and y'all all wish y'all did say something. Somebody needs to go into Horse and Doc office and say, it's a wrap, shut it down. Someone needs to do it because we're going nowhere fast. What's the point? He can't win no awards, no accolades. What are you? You're just playing for fun. You can do that at home. You can play for fun with the Nassus. I'm sure you got a basketball court at your crib, probably indoor, probably too. You want to shoot around with him. He need to work too. But yeah, I just don't want to see Giannis play anymore. Giannis played in the post when we won a chip. Ask Ayton. I feel Scales, I know, but for him that's not the fun part of the game. He want the, don't you see him when he be running point, he be thinking he Magic, trying to do these no look passes and all of these cross court passes. He wants to shine. People ain't shining in the post. Who play in the post anymore? Why he want to play in the post? People ain't shining in the post. People shining at the top of the key, dribbling, taking it to the hoop, doing all of this. That's the shine. He want the light. He ain't worried about the winning. He want the light. He wants the light, because if it was about winning, he'd have been in the post. He would have been in the post. But he want to be like Jokic, getting the triple doubles and the highlights and all of that. That's what he wants. He's competing for that. He's competing for that. Bro, hey, Stacey, straight up, my boy Robert Brooks came through with everything from the 2020s. Shout out to Robert Brooks. So I be telling y'all, this the best of the best over here. This is the apex of Bucks talk over here. We are the alpha and the omega of this Bucks talk. Better get it together. If you ain't over here, I don't know what you doing. Thank you, Pronte. At least we aligned on that. Giannis needs to rest his body. You're going to be mad when the Lakers in the finals again. Lakers ain't going to no finals, bro. Lakers might not get out the first round. I'm going to tell you that right now. They might not get out the first round, bro. That sound crazy? Depending on matchups. They don't play no defense. You can't have... LeBron don't play defense. Luka don't play defense. Nah. They gonna get cooked by one of these young teams. Watch what I tell you. Shout out to King Kwame, my dude. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Bucks fans don't understand. GA needs to change his game. His IQ was improving with Rondo. Then he went back to Greece and they made him a run and dunk again. Wow. You know what? There's validity to that, King Kwame. Damn good statement, bro. Damn good statement. Damn good statement. Interesting perspective. But Jokic wins, though. That's the difference. But Jokic fall in the line, too. What I'm saying is Jokic will bring the ball up occasionally, but he doesn't have to be in the half. He could be in the post if you need to. He could be in the mid-post because his IQ is so high and pass and initiate the offense out of the mid-post. Giannis ain't really trying to do all that, is all I'm saying. Jokic brings the ball up occasionally, but most of the time it's going to be Murray, and he's going to set up where he's set up at, and then he'll work from there. I just wish Giannis would be a little bit more flexible in how he could play. I'm not saying the whole game, but just show some flexibility. That's all I'm saying. Nah. Alan, let's relax. I see people saying Giannis is on the other side. The star. No. Giannis is still a top 5. I mean, he just scored 31. He just had a 31-10 game in 23 minutes. He's clearly still that guy. But again, as the older you get, you have to watch your body more. And I think that he just needs to chill for the rest of the year. That's it. And I think if he were to take off this offseason, just really focus on his body and recovery, not getting muscle, not getting big, just on recovery, stretching, things like that, I think that he would be rejuvenated for next year. What up, Davion? Appreciate the $1.99 super chat, bro. Appreciate you, bro. You ain't say too much, though, bro. If you got to say something, I'll look for it in the chat, and I'll post it up here, bro. Appreciate the $1.99 super chat. I agree. See, Prate, we are aligned on that as well. We are aligned. Like, he is definitely not washed or outside his prime. He's just dinged up. He just dinged up. That's it. And if he would rest, he would be rejuvenated. Y'all remember how he looked when he took them like 3 weeks off and then he came back? He looked like Superman again, right? Y'all remember that? When he did the windmill against the Chicago Bulls and all of that? He looked like a different man with them 3 weeks off. Think about if he had a summer off, how he could come back. If that's how he came back after missing just 3 weeks, what would have happened if he just took a month off, a month and a half, just to let his body heal, then get back into it with a different approach? It would be interesting to see. I think we would see the rebirth of Giannis. It's not out of the realm of possibility, Davion, but is it worth Giannis getting injured to make a push for the plan? That's what I'm saying. The plan would be cool if it happened, it happened. But I'm not pushing for that if it's going to mean that Giannis is getting hurt, period. I'm not pushing. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. Janet said, Joker was a second round pick. That gave me hope. Facts. Mr. Cool said Giannis will not sit out because if he decides to leave, he needs to show teams he's healthy. And the Bucks wanted to play to keep his trade value up if he decides not to re-sign. Hey, Mr. Cool, I don't support this whatsoever. I feel what you're saying. I understand. But Giannis, I'm just not doing it. I'm telling you, right, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing Giannis no more. I don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. If teams think something's wrong with it, they think something's wrong with it. But I would shut it down. I will shut it down. Period. They know what he is. People trade for people that's injured all the time. Kristaps Porzingis get traded for all the time, and he don't never play. So I'm sure Giannis will be okay. I'm sure he'll be fine. If people like that can be picked up all the time, that's often injured, I'm sure Giannis will be fine. If he chooses to move around. Not saying I want that, but if he chooses to move around. Hey, Derek said playing under 500 is crazy. Shut it down. Right. That's fair. Oh, that is funny as hell. Salute. I just don't want Giannis to get hurt, y'all. I just don't think the push for the play-in is worth that. Yep. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Shout out to Allen Milwaukee. Robert Brook, Jeff this season was only season in 5 seasons that Giannis wasn't a top 5 for MVP. That's true, but that was just due to the injuries. That was just due to the injuries, though, bro. Nothing more, nothing less than the injuries. I feel you. Kristaps is fragile, but teams are still trading for him because when he plays, he's the truth. And Giannis is nowhere near the injury prone as Kristaps, so I don't think that that's an issue. I think you're being foolish by continuing to play Giannis. I think you're being foolish. Yo, Jeff, I'm 59 years old and having 3 knee surgeries. I have a better chance of playing in the NBA than the Bucks getting in the play-in. Jesus. Jeff, why, bro? Why, bro? Push to the play-in. Let's get this. It's over. Yeah, lack of winning. Facts. Lack of winning. I agree, Prate. That's the thing. That's what I'm accepting now, Mr. Cool. I'm totally okay with it now. I've accepted Giannis is not gonna change for nobody, especially us. If he's already won, like B-Shack be saying, shout out to South Florida's finest. He was like, I have every record for the Bucks. And what that means is you can't tell me nothing. I understand now, B-Shack. I get it. That's what he's been saying all along. If I've accomplished all of this, how are you going to tell me what to do? Is he wrong? Technically, if you're looking at it from Giannis's glasses, is he wrong for thinking that way? I done broke every record y'all had. I done won multiple MVPs, defensive end. I done won y'all a chip. How are you gonna ask me to change when I'm showing you my program work? Y'all need to find people to fit my program. Now, if he comes to management and says that, what do you say, friends and family? If he comes and tells management that, what do you say? Let me repeat. Giannis comes in there and is like, hey, I heard y'all trying to change my game. Huh? That's interesting because I have every record for the Milwaukee Bucks. I've won everything for the Milwaukee Bucks. And you're going to ask me to change? How about y'all change and get the right players in here so we can win playing my way? That's what Giannis is on. That's what Giannis is on. I just don't see any other way. I just don't see it. What you mean his body will tell him what to do? So you think that he's going by his body, Prate? Do you think he's really doing that though? Like, I don't know if he played next game. If he played Tuesday, I know he's not listening to his body. Because I know if that happened, my body be like, shut it down. We'll see. We'll see, Prate. We'll see. That's what I'm saying. True, Mr. Cool. Dame's salary does affect us for 4 more years. Agree. Yeah, that's fair, Prate. That's fair. That's fair. But what were we going to do, though? I know not everybody is saying now about the Dame and the wave and stretch wasn't the right thing. Okay, so we kept it and we just had an off year. Maybe that would have been best. But as a fan base, we wanted this team to try to compete. We didn't want to go down this road. We were not used to losing. We've been on the winning side of things for the last decade. So that's why the wave and stretch happened. The fan base wasn't ready to go down this path willingly. We're going down this path now by force, but we didn't want to willingly go down this path. That's why the wave and stretch happened. If they felt that the fan base could accept a down year for real, I don't think they would have done that. But the fan base was at a fever pitch. They wanted something to happen. They were mad, blah, blah, blah. And that's why he made a move. It might not have been the right move, but it was a move nonetheless to try to keep us competitive. We thought Miles Turner was going to come in here and be a difference maker. And I think that's really what affected us as well. Would we be having this conversation, Mr. Cool, about that Dame salary if Miles Turner was coming in here and giving us 17 and 12? I don't think we would be talking about that. If Miles Turner was giving us 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 blocks, would we be talking about Dame's salary? We're talking about Dame's salary because of the lack of effectiveness of Miles Turner. That's why. That's why we ain't here. Brazilian Bronco, come on, famo. We gotta just be happy that we gotta win, fam. They're few and far in between, bro. We just happy we gotta win. We haven't been on the winning side of things that often. We've been on the bad side of blowouts far too often this year. So just let us just embrace a win, bro. Let's just embrace the win. I feel you, but let's embrace the win. We need to put defenders around Giannis. The shooter around Giannis, we had aren't defenders. I feel you, but it has to be a combination of both. You can't just have defenders because you need people that can shoot with Giannis, because Giannis is going to clog the paint. So that's what's going to make this interesting, Dion. That's what I was saying. Shout out to the homie Dion, bro. Salute, bro. Appreciate you tapping in and supporting the channel, bro. Salute to you. That's what I'm saying. It's going to have to be a unique system and a unique set of circumstances to work around Giannis, because you need a little bit of all of that. You're going to need defenders and you're going to need shooters. So that's what I'm saying. How are we going to make this work in today's NBA? Because there's a lot more different now than using the Dwight Howard way of playing to get to a championship. Just me in the post controlling the ball and then just kicking it out or driving and kicking it out. Like, we gotta get a little bit better offensively once we get rid of Doc. Nothing changes on this team until we get rid of Doc. I agree, Bibby, that Miles Turner is fool's gold. Definitely. Definitely. Now that I will agree with, Prate. That I agree with. But at what position? I feel what you're saying, Prate. I feel you with with a number 2. But at what position? Are you saying a physical shooting guard or just a number 2 scorer? Because if it's a number 2 scorer, why wouldn't KPJ fit that? Wouldn't fit that mold? Or you want somebody a little bit more consistent than him? I'll look for your response in the chat, Pronte. Yeah, that's true. Shout out to Mr. Cool with the professionals. Yeah, Pronte. How can we learn how to be professionals when our coach ain't professional? That's the problem. Yeah, but how do you get experience or any of that with this coaching staff is what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Not in my opinion. I don't know what we going to do, y'all. Like I said, and I continue to reiterate, this is going to be one of the most important off seasons in recent Bucks memory. 100%. Because there's a couple of things that could happen that could really just change the trajectory of this franchise. A trade of Giannis. Even re-signing Giannis is big because then we know we got our superstar locked in. So then that can encourage other players to maybe want to come play with Giannis if they can play within the confines of Giannis' system. And that's going to be the other complication of Prate. What players can we get in here if you wanted to get another high scorer in here that can play within the confines of how Giannis plays basketball? That's the other thing. You're going to need a unique player to kind of fit that mold to be a number 2. You're going to need another K Middleton type or like a Klay Thompson, like a Klay Thompson type player in his prime, obviously. That'd be a great second fiddle. They can shoot, just pick their spots and be efficient scoring. I just don't know where you get that from at this time. Unless we could trade and get Devin Booker, somebody like that. That's a walking bucket. Don't matter where he get it. I just don't know what other players would be available that could hoop like that. Now that's just it might be some players I'm missing. I'm flying off the cuff, but I'm just saying. What is y'all with this Josh Giddey business? Why are y'all talking about Josh Giddey so much? He's a solid player. He's solid. And that's my fear, Derek Stevenson, low key. I don't think players want to play around Giannis. That's my actual fear. Let's try to get the 50 likes, friends and family. There's 100 of y'all in here. Let's get them likes up. Salute. Appreciate y'all. But that is a fear, that it is difficult to play with Giannis. That is the fear. So that's why I'm saying you need a unique type of player. That's why I said like a Klay Thompson in his prime. Somebody like that would be a good second fiddle. And I'm not saying I want him, but just giving an example of a player that could play around Giannis and still be effective, like a Desmond Bane. That's somebody that could be effective with a Giannis. The way his game is, he could be effective with Giannis. You need a specific archetype of player to play with Giannis. It can't just be anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think James Harden could play with Giannis because James Harden needs the basketball all the time. I don't think he could play with Giannis. Luka can't play with Giannis. He wants the ball all the time. It has to be a player that can play off the ball and comfortable with playing off the ball and getting his shots off. That's what I'm saying. That's why I put like Desmond Bane. He's perfect for that. That somebody from the mold of a Desmond Bane is what we would need as our second scorer. If that's what you was talking about, Pronte, I feel it would be that type of player. I'm just saying. But you get what I'm saying? I see you, Mark. Yeah, Bane play off the ball. It don't matter. He gonna get his buckets. We're not affecting anybody else. Paolo still getting, everybody getting numbers. He still gets it within the confines of the game, just being efficient and playing smart basketball. That's all I would want with somebody like a Desmond Bane to be our say, because I know he gonna get you a dub no matter what. He gonna get you a dub no matter what. He gonna bring some toughness. Maybe a couple of cheap shots, but it is what it is. Pronte said KPJ a little unselfish at times, which makes him a good wild card guard. We like a guard or a small forward who scores like a DeRozan type. Okay. So you saying okay, I got you. So you're saying you trust KPJ, but you don't think he's aggressive enough. So you want to? Yeah, I feel you on DeRozan. That he could work too. Obviously, he's way up there now, but from that skill set, I agree. I 100% agree. You're not wrong at all. Davion, I wouldn't say clean house. Pretty close to cleaning house. Pretty close. I say we need to clean the house, but not a deep cleaning. I think we just need to clean the house. I don't know so far as deep clean, like just get rid of everybody, but we definitely need a surface cleaning. We definitely need a surface cleaning. 100%. There we go, Trina. Facts. That's somebody we would need on this team. He would change the whole environment on this team. Somebody like Dillon Brooks. Look how Dillon Brooks has affected the Phoenix Suns. Look how Dillon Brooks has affected the Phoenix Suns. Game changer. Toughness. Hey, give you exactly what you need. Salute. That's a great comment. What you mean, Mr. 414? We're going to have to face down the GA reality sooner or later. What do you mean by the reality, though? Facts, dear Steve. I like that too for Trina. Hey, like I told you, man. Whenever y'all ever seen a chat this dynamic where the females is as knowledgeable or more knowledgeable than the men? Like, what is going on? How do y'all not love this community? What? Salute. My boy, hold on. Yeah, we need a Brooks tie. Absolutely, Hotline Bling. Absolutely. Everybody's in unison. Dillon Brooks. We need, like, he's from that PJ Tucker archetype, except he got way more offense. Their offense is not even on the same planet. But he comes from that archetype, and we've been missing that PJ Tucker toughness since he left. Because I know people think Bobby Portis is a tough guy, but you can't be tough when you don't play defense. Toughness is earned on the defensive end. That's why I can't buy Bobby Tough Talk. I buy Dillon Tough Talk because he's putting in the pain on the defensive end and offensive end. He's going hard. So that's the difference. That is the difference. We need to get somebody from that PJ Tucker archetype, but they can still score. I don't want Lou Dort. Lou Dort dirty. You don't want that type of Lou Dort dirty. I low-key don't even like Lou Dort. Lou Dort be doing a lot of dirty stuff on the floor. I'm surprised nobody didn't steal on him yet. Like if Lou Dort would have been playing in the 80s and 90s, somebody would have stolen on Lou Dort by now. No matter the ethnicity, somebody would have stole on Lou Dort. All that tripping and elbowing and all this childish Bush League tactics, somebody would have stole on him. That's why I know this new NBA saw. You tripping me and all that? Man, I'm stealing on you. What is you doing? You could have broke my ankle or anything. Lou Dort dirty. He from that Bill Laimbeer school of basketball. If y'all know who Bill Laimbeer is. He from that school of basketball. Oh, Janet, I can't put that on there. Shout out to Janet. The perception for Dillon Brooks was like a head case, tough guy. I don't think it was a bad perception. I just felt people felt he talked a little too crazy. But you know what though? Maybe this coach is getting the best out of Dillon Brooks too, because Dillon Brooks was never scoring 20 points a game before. He's like a high level two-way player now. So I guess I got to give the coaches credit. Damn, Mr. Cool, I see what you did there, Mr. Cool. I see what you did, Mr. Cool. I follow. Okay. Again, coaching matters, right, Mr. Cool? Let's get to that's what you try to say. Coaching matters. You're right, Mr. Cool. I see what you did. I agree, Theo. Salute. First, Doc needs to go now. Then look for defensive players that can get stopped. But not just defensive players. That's what I'm saying. We can't just go get anybody, bro. Like, we have to get players that can play with Giannis or are willing to play the way the way Giannis wants them to play. That's what I'm saying. because Giannis is not adjusting. Giannis is not adjusting. So we have to have players that can fit within the paradigm that he's created. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just what it is. Yeah, they do got a young Euro coach. You know what, Scales? I think you even been in here. Bro, it's been a lot of times in the chat, different people been saying we need to go get a Euro coach. So many people have said that in the chat, just for the structure on offense and defense and to create some culture. I'm really starting to co-sign that. Salute, Scales. I know. You see, I picked up what you was putting down ASAP, Mr. Cool. Hey, I'm paid to think fast. I gotta think fast a lot of times. So as soon as I started, I see what he's saying. I was like, okay, I got you, Mr. Cool. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Hey, I tried to, bro. I'm trying to. But I'm about to get up out of here, y'all, in a minute. Let me get the last couple comments in here. Y'all got going. I think another excellent line. We got Monday off, and then let me see who we play on Tuesday. Hold on, y'all. Let's get some information cracking. What is going on? Hold on, y'all. Let me get my information. There we go. Hold on. Let's get this scheduled up real quick. Woof. Friends and family. Next game is against the Cleveland Cavaliers on NBC Peacock. We'll see how that works out. I hope the best for the squad. We're going to see how that works out. Woo. Yeah, Cavs, I just seen it. Yep. That's going to be an interesting game. Boom. Scales. We got to find a way to add some more, to allow some more tread on Giannis's tires, man. Like, we got to find a way to save him from himself, bro. Straight up, Scales. You already know, bro. Mr. Cool, reiterating what we saying. All right, friends and family, let's go get us a Euro coach. Hey, Bleacher, that's why I'm about to get off live, bro. I'm about to check. I hear all types of weird noises falling down outside. I don't know what's going on, bro. I gotta figure out, hope everything's straight outside to keep it real. It sounds crazy out there. It look like what is that movie 2012 outside damn near. Look crazy. Be safe out there for all my Wisconsinites and everybody across the country. This weather crazy. I don't know why the government keep playing with this HARP machine. Leave the HARP machine alone. Let the seasons play out like they play out. If y'all don't know what the HARP machine is, y'all can go look that up. Mr. Cool is 100% correct. Mr. Cool right 99% of the time. Shout out to Mr. Cool. I don't want Greece coach. Not him. But I would want somebody to maybe win a championship or something. I think I'm cool on Greece coach. I think I'm definitely cool. Shout out to Bleacher. Yeah, Giannis is going to want to play for national TV. He definitely will probably be coming back. We'll see, though. Hopefully somebody is able to shut him down, y'all. All right, y'all. Yeah, it's way too many noises going on out here. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate everyone tapping in. All the comments, all the great conversation as usual. I just appreciate y'all so much. We so close to 10K, y'all. We almost there. Appreciate y'all riding with me so long. I remember some of y'all been in here when it was like 8-10 people was in here. I remember some of y'all was in here. And just so y'all know, the Stacy's, the BKC's, the Truths, the Bleacher Report bosses, so many of y'all was in here early, and it kept me motivated to keep doing this. Trina, a lot of y'all, Cynthia, Patricia's, a lot of y'all, Midnight Newton, Jimmy Roller, a lot of y'all was in here. I'm forgetting some of y'all, I apologize, but I just want to shout some of y'all out as we getting close to 10K. I'm just reflecting on where we came from to where we are now. We started off as just gravel, all this dirt and gravel, and now we done built the statue over here that you gotta respect. We done put a flag down for this Bucks talk. We done put a flag down, and I'm really proud of what we have created in our totality in this community as we head to 10K and beyond, as we dominate this place that we call Bucks Talk. We are the movement that moves the needle, y'all. I hope y'all really understand. All of y'all are a big part of what's going on here, and cheerleading this team and also making moves happen. You can go back through these lives, and as things has happened with the Bucks, you can look at them being called out on these lives and happening very short after. We see what's going on. We making moves out here, y'all. Let's just keep doing it. And let's keep saying to shut Giannis down, because I think for the greater good of his health and for this organization, he needs to be shut down. That I really want to end on that note. He really needs to be shut down, y'all. I really appreciate y'all. For real, for real. Shout out. And I'm sorry I missed a couple of people in there, but the people that just came to mind real quick that was around, y'all know that. Appreciate y'all, man. For real, for real. All right, y'all. Be safe out there. I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks Trades, Rumors, and News live edition, where myself and friends and family just got to discussing the Bucks win versus one of their main ops, the Indiana Pacers, at home. The Bucks will be off Monday, and then they'll be back on national TV against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we'll be back live right after the game. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content. You just watched the best Milwaukee Bucks podcast on YouTube. We move the damn needle around here.